Fire in the hole, let's cook a steak. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome once again to my backyard. Today we're going to make some steak Diane for a friend of mine. Her name's Diane. She doesn't want you to know that. I'll tell you her name later on. But meanwhile, I got a great recipe. This is called Steak Diane. And I got a couple of nice New York strip steaks with some good marbling to them. And we're going to season them up good with some salt, pepper, and garlic. Get it on there good, both sides. Both sides of my steak seasoned with a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic. If it looks like to you like I'm putting too much salt and pepper on there, it's not. Trust me, that's how much stuff you want on there. Okay, now what we're going to do is get them in a hot cast iron pan and get them seared up. So stay tuned, I'll show you what that looks like. And my cast iron pan is getting hot. We're just going to throw some Tsang stir-fry oil in there, just a little bit, because we love Tsang stir-fry oil. We love the garlic flavor of Tsang stir-fry oil. Now we're going to throw our steaks in and get a good sear on them. 1, 2. We're just going to sear them up a little bit on both sides. Then we're going to remove them from the heat and make our sauce, which we're going to flambe. And hopefully I won't burn my eyebrows off or set my porch on fire. So we'll see. Anyway, stay tuned. That's something to look forward to, right? See if I can set myself on fire. Let me I'm going to let them go for about a minute, and then I'll flip them over and I'll show you what that looks like. So stay tuned. So I flipped my steaks over and I put a couple of knobs of butter in the pan. And what we're going to do is take that butter and baste that steak with it. I need to kind of tilt the pan up a little bit. I got to put a glove on for that. Put my glove on. Tilt the pan up a little bit and get that butter and baste the steaks with it a little bit. These are by no means anywhere near cooked or cooked to the temperature that I want. But they're going to cook again in this sauce that we're going to make for the Steak Diane sauce. So I'm just going to sear them up a little bit more. I'm going to turn them up on their edge because they're thick. Sear the edges a little bit. Get them all in that butter. Looking and tasting good, I guarantee. These are some beautiful steaks. We're going to sear them all up on all sides. Oh yeah, man. Now you're talking. Okay, let's get that turned on its side a little bit. All right, let me get them off there, and we'll back the camera way away from this, and we'll make that sauce. So stay tuned. Into the hot pan with the butter and Tsang stir-fry oil, we're going to go with some onion. Shallots are the preferred veggie of choice, but I didn't have any. All I had was some onion. So we're just going to go with onion and some garlic. I'll put the quantities in the description for you. To cook that up in that butter. Going to hit that with a little bit of salt, pepper, and garlic. Season that up. We're coming to the wild part of this recipe, folks, so stay tuned with me. Hang in with me. Okay, we're going to get that cooked up. And I'll direct your attention over here. We're going to make the sauce, so stay tuned. We're going to make the sauce for the Steak Diane. We've got about a tablespoon of garlic in there. We're going to go in some Dijon mustard. I'm calling it about 3 tablespoons. And about 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. There you go, Worcestershire sauce. We're going to get that mixed up. And that's the sauce for our Steak Diane. What we got to do now is get our mushrooms in the pot and get them cooking. And then we'll put our sauce in there. And we got some E&J Brandy that we're going to throw on there. And that stuff is going to flame up into a fireball like nobody's business. And I might have to set it on fire with a lighter, and I might not because I am cooking over an open flame. But let me get my mushrooms on the fire and get them cooking, and then I'll bring you right back for the grand flame up. So stay tuned. Okay, I got the pan back on the fire. I'm going to throw in some mushrooms, sliced mushrooms. There you go. Stir them around a bit in that butter and garlic and onion mixture. Yes, sir. Let that cook a little bit before I get ready to burn my eyebrows off. Let those shrooms cook a bit. Bring you right back. The shrooms are nicely cooked. It's time to put our mustard and Worcestershire sauce and garlic mixture in there. Once we get that in there, it's time to set the world on fire. I'm going to stir that around a bit. Yes, sir, that's looking just like it's supposed to. Okay, here we go with the scary part, folks. Alright, I want you all to keep the root boy in your hearts right now as I pour in this brandy. If it doesn't flame up right away, it will after a while. Here we go with the brandy. Oh man, it didn't flame up. That's cool. Okay, so it's time to flambe it. There it goes. It's on fire. Woo-hoo! It's on fire, baby. It's flaming up. Flaming brandy. There you go. Hope I don't burn myself. Woo-hoo! That's what you call steak sauce right there. Oh man, look at that. How's that look? Not bad. Okay. You just let that burn out a little bit. Burn some of that alcohol off. Yeah, baby. Yes, sir. Steak Diane. How do you like this, Diane? You know who I'm talking about. Okay, the looks like the flames have gone out. So what we want to do now is add a little bit of heavy cream to that to make it kind of a cream sauce. Just a little bit. And a little bit of parsley to give it some color. Still hot. We want to stir that up. Stir up our steak Diane sauce. Probably have to move my pan. There we go. There you go. Steak Diane. That's what it is right there. Steak down. I'll make some room in my pan. Now for the steaks. Oh, that smells good. You can smell that brandy. Even though the alcohol is cooked off of it, you can still smell that wonderful smell of brandy. Time to put our steaks back into the pan. Get them nestled in there. Don't that look good? Pour that juice on there, boy. Get that juice on there. Yes, sir. That's about all there is to it. We just need to spoon some of that sauce up over the top of the steaks. And let it cook a little while. Looking good. Looking just like steak Diane should. Okay, that don't have to cook very much longer. It does have to cook a little bit. There you go. How's that look? Not too shabby, I'd say. I think that's going to be the thumbnail right there. Steak Diane. Okay, let me finish cooking this and then we'll get a beer and take a taste of it. So stay tuned. My steak Diane is done. It's almost ready to plate it up. Meanwhile, I think we should have a brew. And I think today's brew is from the Evil Twin. No, this is from the Heretic Brewing Company. This is called Evil Twin. And it says on here, all who would win joy must share it. Happiness was born a twin. Lord Byron. Truer words were never spoken. This is a red India Pale Ale, and it's got 6.8 alcohol, so it's not too bad. Let's pour that out and see what it looks like. It's going to be beautiful, and it is. A beautiful red IPA, 6.8. Beautiful pour right there. What do you think? in the frosty root boy mug that my friend Diane gave me, if you can believe that. And I'm making steak Diane for my friend Diane. Well, she's not going to get to taste any of it, I'm sorry to say. But anyway, there it is, Heretic Evil Twin. Let's take a sniff of that. Ah, that's beautiful. A beautiful IPA with the grapefruit flavors and the hops and the whole business right there. Let's quaff the froth off it, Roll. What do you think? Ah, that's great. I love it. Heretic Evil Twin. And yes, happiness must share happiness, was born a twin. So there you go. Let me plate up some steak Diane and take a taste of it, and that'll be the end of the video, baby. Stay tuned. And there you have it. That's my steak Diane. And there's nothing better than steak smothered in mushrooms. Let me tell you what. Let me cut off a piece of this. Hopefully it's cooked just the way I like it. Medium rare. And it is. A beautiful medium rare. Look at that steak. Oh, I'm sorry. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that. Can you see that? It's perfectly cooked. I'm going to dump it in some of that mushroom sauce and take a taste of that, so stay tuned. Oh man, and that's to die for. That sauce is awesome. Let me tell you what, hey, you know who we're talking about, right? Diane. Her name's Booger. That's what she goes by, Booger. I gotta get me a mushroom, I'm sorry. I didn't get a mushroom in that last bite. Look at that. Oh man, that sauce is so good. That's like the best pan sauce ever. Anyway, go see in the description. I'll put the recipe for this awesome dish. And I'll put a link to my buddy Diane's channel, Booger 500 US. She just passed 7,000 subscribers. Congratulations, Diane. I wish you the best. You flew by me like nothing. Anyway, that's cool. I'll catch up maybe someday. And I want to tell you to subscribe to me, Root Boy Cooks, right down that little square. And then go up in the iCard and check out a new guy. His name is Average Guy Barbecue. He's new on the scene. He's got less than 100 subs. Go sub to him. Check out what he's doing. He can only get better from here. He can't get any worse. And I don't mean that. I don't mean that, Average Guy. You're cool. Anyway, go see Average Guy Barbecue. Subscribe to Root Boy Cooks. Go in the description and subscribe to Diane, Booger 500 US. Go in the description and get the recipe for this awesome steak recipe and make this for yourself. It's awesome. I'll tell you what, it's amazing. Steak Diane. Anyway, come back next week. We may not cook anything good, but if we drink a beer half as good as this red IPA, we'll be doing great. Rock on, babies!